If you could just tell me about how many bears you used to have in the area and what happened when the hunter came in.
In this area here, there used to be probably, I wouldn't doubt, over 100 bears. And this was, we're talking probably 8-9 years ago. We used to be able to go fishing anywhere around the river and you see 1 or 2 bears a day. In Corbould Creek, when the sockeye were spawning, up to 15 different bears a day. And then a hunter come in with a guide license and started bringing Americans in that were trophy hunting. And he started about 7 years ago probably, and said he was going to stay in the tops of the mountains and shoot the bears up there and leave the ones down below. And then as the bear population started dropping up top, he started hunting down below where the easier bears were when they were feeding down on the river bottoms. And then next thing you know, there was we started not seeing any bears anymore. It was like, what the heck happened? And the hunter, we found out, he shot over I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 bears that we've heard of, which is a lot of bears in a small valley like this.
And what was the time frame for that?
The time frame was over 7 years.
7 years. And that was all legal, what he was doing?
It was supposedly all legal what he's doing, but with bear hunters, like I've hunted before, and what happens is he says he shot 60 bears, and we don't know that, but how many, these are hunters from other parts of the world that come in here, they're probably not good shots. How many were wounded and ran away and ended up dying? And bears are pretty hardy animals, so if they're not killed instantly, people don't like going looking for them because you can get hurt. So you don't know how many were wounded and died elsewhere. And that the amount of bears he says he shot and what could have been, like, it's something I don't know. Only the government knows how many bears he took out of the valley.
Right, but you haven't seen any this year?
Haven't seen any this year at all. And we have fishermen on the river that raft the river every day, and nothing. And everyone's wondering, like, this is part of my business is tourism, and people want to come in and see bears, and there's no bears here anymore.
What would you like to see happen now?
What needs to be happening is there needs to be a closure on the bear hunting here, because unless they do that now, they're never going to come back. And basically, this is different than a lot of areas in BC in the sense that this is it's a valley that's surrounded by glaciers, and the bears don't cross over. So what was here were the bears that were here. So it's going to take years and years to build that population back up. And the problem is you get still a few remnant bears that are down low feeding on the salmon. If they get shot out, there's going to be nothing left in the valley. So they've got to shut it down now before it's too late.